Each generation has its role models, its heroes who define the times we live in. And surely, this generation will have its own, some of whom might very well spring from India's very own military retaliation to Pakistani terrorism under Operation Sindoor, which has set a whole new benchmark on how military strikes are conducted and is possibly unlike any mission India has ever carried out in the past. It has been an operation of innovation, invention, grit and valour, executed with top-notch planning and precision. One telling of the evolution of India's defence infrastructure and strategic posturing. From the impact it has had, it's clear that it was no one-man job. But first, who is a role model after all? Simply put, a role model is someone who serves as an example, someone who one can look up to, often as someone worthy of being followed and respected for the standards of success they set. For impressionable minds, a role model is who they want to be growing up, whose footsteps they want to follow, and the dreams they inspire. And when it comes to Operation Sindoor, there's no dearth of such examples, a mix of known and unknown faces championing the cause of national interest, putting the country above themselves. Number one, Dr. Prahlada Rama Rao, the brain behind India's advanced air power, the former DRDO scientist who headed Akash missile system that successfully thwarted Pakistan's aerial intrusions, a feat that made this missile system a mainstay in national defence. This is particularly important as what Operation Sindoor showcased is a fusion of air power, artillery and unmanned systems, serving as the backbone of a coordinated long-duration strike. And minds like Rao have been extremely crucial in steering these behind the public glare and spotlight.
So the radar controls the launch of the missile and guiding the missile towards the targets. So which missile to be guided to which target is decided by the radar and the combat control system. And all the 12 missiles can go, depending on how many targets can come. This is how the system works. And missile will be flying within 20 seconds, it will travel 35 kilometers. And all the targets will get demolished.
Number two, Air Marshal A.K. Bharti. Most of you may be familiar with him by now as the face of the media briefings on the ceasefire, outlining the Indian strikes to the media along with other armed forces personnel. But that's half the story really. Air Marshal A.K. Bharti is a distinguished fighter combat leader in the Indian Air Force himself, one with an illustrated experience in air command. Also noteworthy is the mention of Lieutenant General Rajiv Ghai, the current DGMO of the Indian Army, with significant work experience along the LOC in Jammu and Kashmir. Both their leadership was key in one of India's most important counter-terror mission in recent times. And of course, lastly, the two trailblazing women officers, Colonel Sophia Qureshi and Wing Commander Vyomika Singh, who led the official media briefing about the Operation Sindoor. A day after it was conducted, and needless to say, this was historic for India in ways more than one. Not just in advancing women's role in India's defence leadership, but also in holding up India's unity in diversity. This speaks volumes about India's contribution to the world at large in terms of soft power, scientific prowess and global partnerships. One which has been put forth by former External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj in a speech at the UNGA in 2016. Where she spoke about Pakistan's bold claims, Swaraj highlighted what India provided to the world. IT supremacy institutions such as IITs and IIMs, advances in health, space and technology as opposed to Pakistan, which exported terror. She said, when India delivered scholars, scientists and engineers, Pakistan nurtured terrorists at its own backyard.
Creating IIMs, IITs, AIMS,
Indian Institute of Management,
and in the fields
हमने एम्स
of
जैसे अस्पताल बनाए, ऑल इंडिया इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ मेडिकल साइंसेज, हमने अंतरिक्ष के क्षेत्र में विश्व प्रसिद्ध
in the fields of
संस्थान बनाए।
education, health, space,
पाकिस्तान
and
वालों,
across the
आपने
range
क्या
of human
बनाया?
welfare. He
आपने
established
लश्कर-ए
scientific and
तैयबा
technical
बनाया।
institutions which are of the
आपने
pride of
जैश-ए
the world.
मोहम्मद बनाया।
But what has Pakistan offered to the
आपने
world and
हक्कानी
indeed its own
नेटवर्क
people
बनाया।
apart from terrorism?
आपने हिजबुल
We produce scholars,
मुजाहिदीन
doctors,
बनाया।
engineers and
आपने
scientists. They produce
आतंकवादी
terrorist
ठिकाने बनाए।
camps.
आपने
लश्कर-ए तैयबा,
terrorist
जैश-ए
camps
मोहम्मद, हिजबुल मुजाहिदीन, हक्कानी
सभापति
network.
जी, हमने स्कॉलर्स पैदा किए, हमने साइंटिस्ट
We
पैदा
produce
किए,
scholars, engineers, scientists.
हमने डॉक्टर्स पैदा किए। पाकिस्तान वालों, आपने क्या पैदा किया?
What did you make
आपने
Pakistan?
दहशतगर्द पैदा किए,
You
आपने
created
जिहादी
terrorists
पैदा किए।
and jihadis.
This is telling of India's position and its very influence to the world. Operation Sindoor just goes on to reaffirm just that. It has been one of the most followed on social media and widely tracked by people of all ages. Information regarding the operation was consumed minute by minute, and chances are that the youth and current generation would have their go in picking their favorites, their very own heroes, with or without capes.